welcome to our first ever Senior Citizen Awards. We will honor 12 special individuals, men and women, who have done exemplary work to change lives of people around them. For them, age is just a number, and they are equal partners in India's progress. Ladies and gentlemen, we present for you the Unstoppables. I'd now like to invite my editor-in-chief, Rajdeep Sardesai. Rajdeep keeps saying that life begins at 60. As my editor-in-chief, I can only advise him to be a little careful.
Thank you very much, Karma. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very special evening for all of us here at CNN-IBN, the first Senior Citizen Awards. Special for various reasons, because, we, in the media business in particular, are obsessed with youth. Everything is about being young. And whenever I go out, I always find the people who watch the news always are the senior citizens. So really the 12 individuals that we are honoring today, and we hope to do this every year, will really encapsulate the best of our senior citizens, what we would like to see them do. And as Karma said, life begins at 60, should be the motto today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor and privilege to be inviting our chief guest to the first Senior Citizens Awards, someone who I don't think likes to be called a senior citizen, but proves that life begins at 70, in a sense. Please welcome the one and only Amitabh Bachchan. Mr. Bachchan, you get younger with your energy and enthusiasm. Do you at all ever feel old? Do you feel age is creeping up on you in any way?
I wasn't until I was introduced by you just a short while ago.
That's why I was worried to call you a senior citizen. Do you see yourself as a senior citizen now?
Well, technically, yes, but hopefully in all other aspects to be able to continue doing work. And as you rightly said, I think being occupied, doing things for the community, for the country, these are some of the things that all of us want to be involved in. I'm fortunate to be in a profession that keeps offering me work, and I hope it keeps offering me work. But alongside, I think all of us as senior members of the society need to be also looking after various aspects of the country, socially, morally, doing things that can improve our conditions. And I involve myself in a very small manner there. Hopefully, after tonight, get more involved.
Okay, let's start with the awards tonight. We'll start with our first awardee. Girish Bhardwaj is fondly called the Bridge Man in his hometown of Mangalore. His social movement, now this is a social movement of sorts because it connects people from different villages. And he does this by making low-cost suspension bridges. And he's built around 100 of them across the country. This is his inspiring story.
His passion defies his age. At 63, Girish Bhardwaj is helping people build bridges to a better future. A mechanical engineer by profession, Bhardwaj over the last 2 decades has built over 100 low-cost hanging bridges across rivers in the Western Ghats. A feat that has earned him the trust and love of the people he has helped, and the title Bridge Man. Girish Bhardwaj.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first Senior Citizen Award winner, Girish Bhardwaj from Mangalore. You are in the truest sense a bridge builder. That's the best way to describe you.
Our bridges are bridges of love. We build bridges over rivers and between hearts also. And my success is due to my team also working with me. And now we are working in Odisha. My associate, Mr. Naren, has come with me. I think he will continue in Odisha. We have only one, हमें एक ही लक्ष्य है. प्रभु आए मोरे घाट पार मैंने उतार दी जब आऊँगा मैं तोरे घाट पार मोही उतारियो. Thank you.
Arey, wow. But tell me one thing. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan wakes up at 6 a.m. What time do you wake up? I've often wondered. Senior citizens are the first to walk in the park. So what time do you wake up?
5:30.
5:30 in the
Yeah,
morning. That's
yeah.
the secret of your success, waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Girish Bhardwaj, the bridge builder.
Our next winner is Kipu Chiring Lepcha. She comes from Sikkim, my state as well, and she is lovingly called Nikung, or grandmother, by the many hundreds of children whose lives she has touched. She's a true guardian of one of the dying tribes of India. You might not know the Lepcha tribe of Sikkim, a community which is on the verge of extinction. This is her story.
A veteran whose determination is an inspiration even to the young.
Lepcha community, it is a dying race. Many of the children, they have already lost both their parents due to alcoholism.
Kipu Sering Lepcha is the biggest hope for the Lepcha community in Sikkim. With just 45,000 Lepchas left, she has taken it upon herself to save her community from extinction. The Lepcha cottage that she runs is home to almost 75 orphaned and semi-orphaned Lepcha children. Here, every child gets good education and a better life.
Whatever I've tried to do, it shouldn't die with me. It should continue.
She is Kipu Sering Lepcha.
It's a real honor to all of us, the senior citizens. The way you acknowledge our work and appreciate, we are more encouraged. We are more encouraged and more responsibility for us to go ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you.
When did you start this work, and for how many years have you been doing this?
About 25 years. It was way back in 1989. First, 3 children came to live with me, and later on, by and by, it went on. And in the 7th year, there were 20 children living with me, and my sister, of course. Right from the beginning, people have been helping me so much. Of course, the financial constraint was there, but with the help, it started coming, and the work has improved. It has gone. And now the number of children that live in my lecture cottage is about 85. Besides that, I'm thoroughly involved with a trust now. My colleague is also here with me. Now we have more than 400 children.
All I can say is you've done a great job for your community and keep doing so. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Our next winner is Dr. Joy Shiromani. She was so moved by the plight of mentally challenged women in Kolkata that she started a home for them. She rehabilitates them, gives them training so that they are financially independent. And that's not all. She's also be accepted by the community and by their families. This is her inspiring story.
A gynecologist by profession, 82-year-old Dr. Joy Shiromani is delivering a new hope to mentally challenged women, disregarding her own advancing age and other challenges. Joyce set up a home for women confined to jails and mental asylums. Here, they are rehabilitated and given vocational training so that they can be financially independent. Joyce's efforts go beyond economic self-reliance. Her eventual aim is to reintegrate them with their families and with society.
When they go out from here, they feel a whole person to be facing the world, facing the society.
Dr. Joyce Shiromani.
grateful that you have given this honor to all of us who are here as senior citizens. My experience with working with those who are mentally ill is that they are human beings like any one of us, and all of us need to give them the respect, the love, and the care which they need. They are the people who are very lonely, very traumatized in their life, and we never realize that. We stigmatize them, saying that they are mentally ill, they are no good. I would say that every one of them have got a lot of creativity in them, a lot of willingness, lot of will, but it is all what they need is encouragement by people like us.
Many, many congratulations, and continue doing the tremendous work that you are doing. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joyce. The idea of Senior Citizens Awards is to showcase the senior citizens who can be role models for an India of the future. These are the people who deserve respect and dignity, and they've really built the India which is being left to the next generation. So, this is an occasion to honor a group of people who are often ignored in the media.
Okay, our next winner is Maniklal Dand, or he's called Kaka by all the kids who grow around him, and he's a modern-day Santa, really. He started by buying old toys first, but now has started his own toy library. He comes alive, he relives his childhood. Let's look at his story.
For former businessman Manilal Dand, retirement only meant getting busy with a different occupation for him. He has set up and runs a library for underprivileged children in Mazgaon, Mumbai.
They come now, they call me Kaka, Kaka, everybody is calling Kaka, Kaka, and when one says, everybody starts doing that.
Manilal used to work for the Chacha Nehru Toy Library in Bandra. When the library closed, he converted his former spice factory in Mazgaon into a children's library. At 71, this man's zest for life is infectious. Manilal Dand.
इनसे अवार्ड पाके मैं करोड़पति हो गया. Dear sir, life is so beautiful. So my thought of our life is, बड़ों की बातें छोड़ो, बच्चों से नाता जोड़ो.
बच्चन साहब, अब आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा.
मैं निशब्द हो गया हूँ आपके अल्फाज सुनकर. क्या बोलूँ मैं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to Kaka. Thank you so much.
Our next winner is Hirabai Ben Lobi. She's a true grassroots entrepreneur, member of the Siddhi community in Junagadh, a community that has survived on meager resources and no real opportunity till now, till she changed it all. This is her story.
Proving that entrepreneurship is not the domain of the young or the educated alone, Hirbai Ibrahim Bhai Lobi has transformed the fortunes of her Siddhi tribal clan. Starting by taking a loan for an organic compost farm, she empowered the women of her community by giving them employment. She then helped the tribals master scientific ways of farming, set up a kindergarten school, and is now aiming for a high school and college for the children in their area. Hirbai Ben Ibrahim Bhai Lobi.
अमिताभ बच्चन ने ऐड की थी खुशबू गुजरात की, जिसमें सिद्धी कम्युनिटी पर भी था।
मेरे दुआ आती हाजी अली की कि गुजरात में शासन आया था थी, सब बोलते कि तुम नीडर है, अमिताभ बच्चन को मिल गई। मुझको हाजी अली का हुक्म है तो जी सया बच्चन मिली तो अमिताभ बच्चन नहीं मिले तो मुझे मिल गया। मेरा सपना है कायम पास, तो सपना मेरा सफलता था है। मैं बोलती हूँ ये कर सकती हूँ कि मेरा तो छोटा थी गांव है, बहुत गुजरात में पढ़े लिखे बहुत कम है, पर मैं एक गांठ वाली थी कि मैं महिला को, सब महिला को, मैं गरीब महिला को जागरूक कर रहती हूँ। मेरा गमे थी होय कि मेरा अच्छा होय कि बुरा होय, पर मैं एक बार महिला को मैं जगा सकती हूँ। पर अमिताभ बच्चन का ने होड़ मिला, इसका बहुत 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 धन्यवाद। पर जी मुझे यहाँ पुगाने वाला टीवी स्टेशन जी पत्रकार का इसके मैं आभार मानती हूँ कि मैं छोटे थी गांव में रहती हूँ ने ऐसा मैं सपना नहीं जोया ही मैं जीनत जो लिया।
अरे वाह, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Chandrasekhar Shankurathi lost his wife and kids in a plane crash. And this grave tragedy, he found his mission in life. He started a school and later an eye hospital for the underprivileged in his village in Andhra Pradesh. This is his inspiring story.
Terror can never triumph over compassion. Neither can age over will. Chandrasekhar Sankuratri's life is a testimony to this fact. The Kanishka bombings in 1985 claimed the lives of his wife and 2 children, but not his will to make a difference. Dr. Chandra quit his job as a biologist in Canada and returned to his village in Andhra Pradesh. He set up the Sarada School in 1992. The school has helped educate more than 1,200 students. He also started the Sri Kiran Eye Hospital, where 90% of cataract surgeries performed are free of cost. Chandrasekhar Sankuratri.
It's a great honor to be here, especially receiving from Amitabh ji this one. And one thing, I'm very inspired to see so many elderly people here. That makes me feel young again, and that inspired me to do many more things than what I have done so far. And it's a great opportunity. I also say one thing, age is just in the mind. Everybody can do something, whatever they want to do. So I hope everybody can do, help other people, make a better India and better place to live in. Thank you.
What drives you, sir? What still drives you?
I think the smiles of the children and the elderly people when we operate, that really keeps me going. It's such a great feeling to see them. That's what it is, keeps me going.
Dr. Shantuben Patel was practicing doctor in England till she returned to her village. And this visit back home changed her life forever. This is her inspiring story.
Even an earthquake could not shake the resolve of the grand old lady of Bhuj, Dr. Shantuben Patel. A pediatrician, Dr. Patel started the Dhanvantari School for mentally and physically challenged kids in Bhuj. Founded in 1996, it grew in time, adding students and a team of special educators.
I hope in my lifetime, all these children will be in the normal schools, happily adjusted.
But the Bhuj earthquake turned the hopes of the students and the school to rubble. Her team and students stuck together during that horrific time. And now the school has since grown to 163 students and 15 trained teachers. Dr. Shantuben Patel.
Very second year, when I saw so many poliomyelitis children, I rang up my father and I said, so bad, and I was crying on the phone. He said, come back, I told you not to go there. And that made me more determined. And the journey has been wonderful. Wonderful working with special children and wonderful working with the parents. These children were deprived for the basic right to education. They did not exist in census. So we all managed to do that now. And at this juncture, I'd really like to thank my mother and my grandmother, who was 85-year-old, who was an inspiration for me to come back to Kutch.
These people are ageless, so age has not taken its toll on them. So we should also try to be like them.
Okay, our next winner, HS Dilima, is our angry young man. He's not let age come on his way when he takes on the mighty land mafia and all the illegal constructions here in Mumbai at Andheri. All this to save his city, that's what he says. At 77, he's been attacked, threatened, and he's not willing to give up his fight. This is his story.
Age is not a prerequisite for courage, and HS Dilima is a living proof of that. Not afraid to take on the mighty land mafia of Mumbai.
This all began, around 1980s, when a particular mafia family came to live here.
He has been fighting illegal constructions in his Andheri West neighborhood in Mumbai. His complaints were ignored for years, but in November 2004, the authorities acted on one. Dilima confronted the Bombay Municipal Corporation with photographs and got a stay order issued. Soon, the house was demolished, proving that courage finally triumphs over all difficulties. HS Dilima.
Basically, you don't have to be an angry young man to take on the mafia.
No. But I just am really amazed at your courage, sir, and absolutely fearless in this very hard existence that you have been portraying, as we saw in the film. How did you manage to do that?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a lone maverick who's lost his mind because I get a kick out of taking on a D-company mafia don and his henchmen, the politicians and the authorities. I share with you my secret. I do not take on the bad guys. I am nothing. I have nothing. I'm totally empty. And I make it a point to keep myself completely empty, because it is only in that emptiness that God's Spirit can fill me. It is God who takes on the mafia through me, not me, ladies and gentlemen. I am not that brave.
For our next award, Anjana Rajgopal, giving money to a beggar when you see them on the roadside is something. You can do that, most of us do that. But to take the child home, bring the child up, feed her, send her to school is something else. And that's exactly what she did. This is an inspiring story.
A mother is an image of God, and Anjana Rajgopal's affection and compassion are truly divine. Anjana gave up her thriving career and devoted her entire youth to start a home, Sai Kripa for abandoned and orphaned children. Located on the outskirts of the capital in Noida, this home houses a unique family. Here, Anjana lives with her 25 children, picked off the roads or the slums by neighbors and the police.
If a person wants a child, why should they be so specific about his good looks and parentage and all that? It's not like you're going to buy something from the market.
A mother to them all, 60-year-old Anjana takes care of the children, educates them, and even marries them off. Anjana Rajagopal.
You've got something from Mr. Bachchan first before he gives you the award. What is that?
Because when my children heard that I'm going to meet you, they sat all night and made this for you.
Oh, that's lovely. And take a look at that.
I'm really touched and very moved, and I'm going to write to them. Do they have an address inside here?
Yeah, I've given the address.
Okay.
It's this and they've given all their names.
It'll be a great privilege for me to write back to them. Thank you so much. And give them my wishes.
It said to Amitabh, uncle, we all invite you to our sweet home, Bal Kutir, with loads of love from the Sai Kripa family.
Most certainly, I'll make
And
an
they've
effort to
given
get
their
there.
address, so you can write to, and they've given all their names, so you can
Great
write
job.
to each of them.
I will.
What drives you to do this? Where do you get your real sort of motivation to keep going?
The love and faith which they repose in me, that gives me the courage to go ahead. And I really thank CNN-IBN for encouraging us to forge ahead with our work and continue as long as we can.
Many, many congratulations, ma'am.
Our next awardee, Mezarban Patel, or Bawa, he's lovingly known among his students, is on a mission to make India's hockey stars. Let's look at his story.
The ultimate goal of Mezarban Patel is to create the best hockey team in the world. At an age where others choose to retire, this veteran is out to hunt the best hockey talent in the country.
The passion to teach, the passion to bring boys up, the passion to see that they are well settled in life, that covers up for everything, man.
With 35 years of coaching experience, Mezarban coaches them into world-class players. He trains children free of cost, takes care of their transport, and even new sporting gear for those who can't afford it. Mezarban has produced hockey Olympians like Adrian D'Souza and Gavin Pereira. Fondly called Bawa, nothing can deter this 63-year-old from dreaming big for his kids. Mezarban Patel.
You're still as fit as ever since I last saw you.
If you remain with the young boys, younger generation for a long time, and if you are aged, it is a sign that you also remain young. That's what I want to say. Another thing I would like to say is that I don't feel that I am a senior citizen at all. I still feel that I am still about to cross the senior citizen. Thank you very much, sir.
You know, one learns from the seniors, but seniors are, a source of learning that has been for centuries, especially in our culture.
before we give out the last two remaining awards, let's just like to call on stage Mr. Shrikant Paranjpai, the chairman of Paranjpai Schemes and Constructions Limited, for the last two awards.
I'm going to ask Mr. Paranjpai, before we give the last two awards, I must ask you, since it's your brainchild partly that you all set up schemes for senior citizens, what was the idea behind that?
I lived in Bombay, but then I shifted to Pune. And Pune, it is known as the Oxford of East, and there are young people, but it is also known as senior citizen city. So those who have shifted in Pune very easily understand the plight of the seniors. And I think that is what prompted us. There were certain incidences also. Paucity of time, I don't think I will be able to tell you that. But I think just being in Pune, looking at so many houses where only one or two people are staying, large houses and staying in one-room kitchen, that sort of a thing. So that is, I think, actually prompted us.
Many, many congratulations, and thank you very much for joining us in this exercise.
Okay, for our last two awardees, Tulsai Munda is a tribal crusader, making sure that education in the area where she lives is no longer a distant dream for the children who are there. And this is her story.
Born in an Adivasi family in the late 1940s, Tulsi Munda is today leading the education revolution amongst tribals in Odisha. Starting off as a child labor, she taught herself the alphabet.
मेरे से और एक छोटा भाई था, वो पढ़ता था. वो जब हर रोज जितना सीखता था, मैं उतना ही सीख लेती थी, कहीं बालू में खेलते हुए भी.
In 1961, inspired by Gandhians like Malti Chaudhary, Roma Devi and Nirmala Deshpande, she devoted herself to social work, especially educating women. Over the next 40 years, Tulsi helped establish 17 schools and succeeded in educating 20,000 boys and girls. Tulsi's dedication has been honored by a Padma Shri Award. Tulsi Munda.
तुलसी जी, आप कितने 40-50 साल से कर रही हैं ये? कितने बच्चों को इस तरह से आपने पढ़ाया?
1000 से भी ज़्यादा होगा, क्योंकि अभी तो 1000 बच्चे मेरे पास है 22 स्कूलों में, तो भी अभी ख़त्म नहीं होता है. जहाँ पर कि श्रमिक है, जहाँ इधर उधर ढूंढ करके अपना जी को पाल लेते हैं, उनका बच्चे इधर उधर भटक रहे. जहाँ कि उनका माँ किसी का बाबू के घर में काम करते, तो उसका बड़े बच्चे छोटे बच्चे को पकड़ करके इधर उधर घूम रहे. तो ऐसा बच्चों को अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ हमारे देश में. बहुत बहुत है. कब होगा? जब तो हम आज़ादी के बाद एक बच्चे को हम लोगों का साथ नहीं मिलाया, समाज के साथ नहीं मिलाया, तब तो हम लोग हर लोगों को मैं जुड़ते. अभी तो मेरा ही था जहाँ पर विनोबा जी ने कहा, हमारे देश के लिए अगर एक पैसा भी त्याग करे तो हमारे देश ऐसा दूसरों देशों के ऊपर हाथ नहीं बटाएगा. उसी दिन से मैंने अपना लिया कि हर लोगों को समाज के साथ जुड़ना, जो दे उसमें से मैं इन बच्चों का काम करेंगे, जो बच्चे आगे नहीं बढ़ जाते.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Our final awardee, Sindhutai Sapkal, is a mother to almost 1,000 orphan kids in Pune. Married at the age of 10 and then abandoned, she found her true calling taking care of children of Adivasi. She runs 5 ashrams, and many of the children she has raised are successful. Some are even doctors and engineers. This is her story.
Sindhutai Sapkar's healing touch of compassion has transformed the lives of over 1,000 orphaned children in Pune. Now in her 60s, married off at the age of 10 to an abusive husband, Sindhutai and her young daughter were left to fend for themselves. Sindhutai found her life's calling in taking care of abandoned children of Adivasis. She runs 5 ashrams across Pune and Wardha districts. The children are not given up for adoption. Today, they are doctors, engineers and teachers.
माँ हमारे लिए इतना सब कुछ करती है, लेकिन उसकी इच्छा हम बहुत सीखे, इसलिए मैं बड़ी होकर डॉक्टर ही बनूंगी।
Sindhutai सबका।
जिसका कोई नहीं होता उसका CNN-IBN होता, ये आज मालूम पड़ा मेरे को।
चलो।
और एक बात है कि कोई नहीं थी मैं, आज इतने पुरस्कार मिल रहे हैं, आप भी मेरे ऊपर बहुत बहुत यानी मेहरबानी करते हैं। क्या बात है, मेरी कॉलर आज टाइट है और मैं कोई नहीं थी। मैं सही मेरी पहचान यह है कि मैं स्टेशन पे भीख मांगती थी। मैं जब मेरे को डर लगता था, तो आदमी का डर लगता था, तो मैं स्मशान में जाती थी और स्मशान में गुजारा करने वाले और स्टेशन पे भीख मांगने वाले, वीटी स्टेशन पे मैंने भीख मांगा और मेरा ज़िंदगी का लॉन्चिंग अमिताभ बच्चन जी ने किया। क्या ज़िंदगी है, कहाँ से कहाँ तक आ गई मैं। और इसलिए मैं बोलती कि मेरे जनाजे के पीछे सारा जहां निकला, मेरे जनाजे के पीछे सारा जहां निकला, मगर वो नहीं निकले जिनके लिए जनाजा निकला।
अरे वाह।
मैंने किसी की राह देखी नहीं, बस चलती गई और 1000 बच्चे की माँ हो गई। 250 दामाद है मेरे को विदाउट ढूंढना। और मैं 4th क्लास पढ़ी हूँ, ज़्यादा पढ़ी भी नहीं। भाषण देने के बाद मेरे को राशन मिलता है, मैं भी नॉन ग्रांटेड हूँ। फिर भी ज़िंदगी तो यही है कि आज मैं इतना सही बताती कि हज़ारों बच्चों की माँ होने के बाद है, क्या बात है, इसका नाम ज़िंदगी है। इसलिए दूध में पकाए चावल तो उसे खीर कहते हैं, दूध में पकाए चावल तो उसे खीर कहते हैं, मोहब्बत में खाए ठोकर तो उसे तकदीर कहते हैं। लकीर की फकीर हूँ मैं, कोई बात नहीं, लकीर की फकीर हूँ मैं, उसका कोई गम नहीं, नहीं धन तो क्या हुआ, इज्जत तो मेरी कम नहीं। और ये तो आप बार बार देते हैं।
अमिताभ जी, you will have to respond to that also.
ताई के ऊपर एक फिल्म बनी थी, तो उसका उद्घाटन मैंने किया था और मेरे लिए बड़े गर्व की बात थी कि आज आपसे फिर मुलाकात हो रही है। और सबसे अच्छी बात आपकी मुझे ये लगती है कि आपके चेहरे पर जो मुस्कान है, ऐसी मुस्कान मुझे बहुत कम देखने को मिलती है। आप इसी तरह हंसते रहिए और सारे जितने भी बच्चे हैं, जितने भी लोग हैं, समाज के लिए जितना भी आप काम करती हैं, उन सब के चेहरों पर इसी तरह की हंसी पैदा होती रहे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Shashank Paranjpai, Managing Director of Paranjpai Schemes Construction Limited, to come on the stage to present a memento to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan.
Are you feeling even more younger and more enthusiastic seeing the remarkable work these people have done?
I think it's been an evening of great inspiration. And I certainly feel that as soon as we go back home, we must think about what we've seen, what we've heard, and perhaps bring it into practice in time to come.
Thank you so much for being here. You've been you're a true ambassador, in a sense, for these Senior Citizen Awards. Thank you very much. Wonderful to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to the one and only Amitabh Bachchan.
With that, we come to the end of this program. Can I request all the winners to come on stage for the photo session?
Ladies and gentlemen, give them one final round of applause that they go home with ringing in their ears.